Welcome to Town & Country TV. I'm your host Mitchell Watts, and today we're going to tell you everything you need to know about the 2017 Ford GT supercar. A lot of this information in this video is still considered a rumor because Ford has not released their official information on the car yet, but from our sources that we have heard, a lot of this information is probably going to be accurate. So basically, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and as soon as the official information comes out, we'll make sure to update and correct anything that may have been wrong in this video and correct it with the correct information later on. First things first, let's talk about the production numbers. This car is a hand-laid carbon fiber chassis. That means it's very, very low in production, high in quality. With that comes low production numbers. From what everybody's telling us, 250 units per year, and Ford is telling us, and from the rumors we're hearing, is going to be a max of 1,000 cars. Now, when you talk about a max of 1,000 cars, and there's 3,600 Ford dealerships in the United States of America alone, and this is a worldwide car, there's going to be a whole lot more demand than there is going to be cars. So this car is amazing, and I'm very excited that Ford is building it. I'm a little bit sad on the production numbers. I wish Ford would bump up those production numbers, but I get it. It's a limited production vehicle. With a limited production vehicle comes a completely different way of buying the car. As I've already mentioned, a lot of this information is rumored, but I feel pretty confident this is how it's going to be. So how do you buy the Ford GT? Well, the rumored MSRP is going to be right around $400,000, and really that's a bargain for what you're getting. A 600 plus horsepower EcoBoost 3.5, same engine that's been running in the Daytona prototype cars. It's a Roush Yates built engine. That's a lot of vehicle, a lot of engine, and a lot of power to weight ratio for the money. In the past, a car dealership would buy that vehicle from the manufacturer, they would ship it to the dealership, and then the dealership would sell it directly to you. Well, in this case, it's no more. You're buying it directly from Ford Motor Company, and they will drop ship it to your local Ford dealership. And with that being said, you're basically going to have to apply to purchase this vehicle from Ford Motor Company. So what is some of the things that helps you purchase this vehicle? What's some of the things that helps you get into that line? Obviously, buying and owning a previous Ford GT. If you currently have another Ford GT currently registered to you, that's probably going to put you a whole lot higher up on that list to purchase a 2017 model. Some of the other things that can help you get to the top of that short list to buy a Ford GT would be all of the SVT, what's now Ford Performance vehicles that you've bought in your past, as far as the 03 Cobra, Lightnings, any of that kind of information that you can provide directly to Ford Motor Company is obviously going to put you at the top of that list. Some other things that's going to help you get to the top of that list, basically be a celebrity on using a model like this, is that you might have a couple of cars that'll go directly into hiding in some people's collections, and you might not ever see that car. That's my only concern, is this vehicle is absolutely awesome from the ground up, and I'm just scared you're not going to see any of them on the road ever. And really, for our YouTube channel, if we were able to get one of these vehicles, I can promise you, as a Ford dealership in Bessemer, Alabama, we would love to keep it on our showroom to where everybody that walks in is able to see and touch that vehicle. We just like the opportunity to see cool cars, and I'm very scared that you're never going to see one inside of the state of Alabama, or probably in the state that you live in. Now that we've got some of the depressing information out of the way, let's get to some of the cool parts of this vehicle. As we mentioned before, this is a 3.5 V6 EcoBoost engine, and it is Roush Yates built, and it is basically a race car engine that's going to be detuned, probably not even detuned, to meet well over 600 horsepower in what Ford is calling the best power to weight ratio of any production vehicle in the world. Some of the technologies they're using to accomplish that: Gorilla Glass in the windows. Think about that. So what they've been able to do is put Gorilla Glass in the windows, allowing you to save 7 pounds out of all of the glass, and it's just the small little pieces and attention to detail that's allowed this car to be an architectural wonder like anything you've ever seen before. Rumor has it the wheels on this car are also going to be carbon fiber along with the entire chassis of the vehicle, similar to the GT350R. This next feature is probably one of my favorites. I've already mentioned to you that the entire tub of the vehicle is going to be made out of carbon fiber. Well, to save the driving dynamics of the vehicle, they've actually strapped the seat directly into the cab of the vehicle, so that way the driving dynamics don't change based on how you position the seat. Instead, they have brought the pedals and the steering wheel and everything that you need to meet you, so that way that every single time anybody drives this vehicle, it's going to be consistent. The aerodynamics of this car are the foundation of this vehicle. You'll notice that the entire body of the vehicle is wrapped around aerodynamics. One of the key reasons they chose that 3.5 V6 EcoBoost is it's a smaller, more compact motor, and that way they can allow for the aerodynamics to work in the favor of the vehicle. You'll notice that the air flows for the intake of the vehicle just above the rear wheels. Then the air travels up that chamber and then back down into the engine. As you come along to the back side of the vehicle, you'll even notice that the brake lights are hollowed out in the middle. A lot of people have asked me what that's for, and it's pretty neat. That is the exhaust for the intercoolers on this vehicle. If you follow Forza Motorsports for the Xbox One, the video racing game, you'll notice that they have accidentally leaked some horsepower, torque, and some weight ratings on the vehicle. Whether they're true or not, we'll find out, but they're actually rating this vehicle for 630 horsepower and at 539 pound-feet of torque, and that's out of a 3.5 EcoBoost. When you make that to 2,890 pounds, hardly weighs anything. That is a lot of power to weight ratio, which will make this car run with the best. The next feature of the Ford GT you're going to love is the active aerodynamic system, and it's exactly what it sounds like. This car can automatically use the rear spoiler to create an air brake or just create some extra downforce as you reach your top speeds. When you mate that to what Ford is calling their active front suspension system, you have the ability to automatically lower and raise the front of the car, so that way if you're on the interstate, you can lower it down, get better aerodynamics, or if you just need to go over one of those pesky speed bumps, you can do that without freaking out. Next up are the carbon ceramic Brembo brakes found standard on the Ford GT. My only concern is the cost. After you've driven this car for a little while and you have to replace it, there is no telling what it's going to cost to replace those brakes. But then again, if you can afford a $400,000 car, maybe brakes aren't a big deal to you. I don't know, but there you go. The last feature I want to talk about on the Ford GT is going to sound ridiculous, but it's true. In the past, 2005, 2006 Ford GT, that car was awesome. Rear visibility was awful, the car was fast, and anytime you needed to back something up, you had to just about open the door, turn your head around, and look behind you to find out exactly what's behind you, because you're scared to death you're going to hit something behind you. I know, because I've had to pull a lot of those around in the parking lot, as we're the only Ford dealership in the Alabama area that is even certified to work on the Ford GT. With that being said, I'm so excited. This new Ford GT is going to come with a backup camera. I know it sounds small, but when you have no ability to see behind you, that's a big deal. And there you have it, the 2017 Ford GT. We hope you've enjoyed this video. And once again, if you found any information in this video useful, make sure to give us a thumbs up. We greatly appreciate it. And also leave some comments down below. If you have any questions, please let us know. As always, you can check out our website linked down below, and make sure do not forget to subscribe for future updates on the Ford GT and everything Ford related. Thanks again for watching Town & Country TV. I'm your host, Mitchell Watts, and have a great day.